Hello, you're listening to E-Bible Fellowship's new open form excerpts, and now we present the following excerpt.
Welcome to our program. Please go ahead with your call.
I have some verses I'd like some help with reconciling. If you could go to Luke 9, verses 49 and 50.
Luke chapter 9 and verse 49 says, "And John answered and said, Master, we saw one casting out devils in thy name, and we forbade him, because he followeth not with us. And Jesus said unto him, Forbid him not, for he that is not against us is for us."
Okay, and then the second two verses is 2 John, verses 10 and 11.
2 John, verse 10, "If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. For he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds."
Okay, so Christ says in Luke 9:50 that we should forbid them not, but they were not followers. They, in essence, then had a different gospel. And then in 2 John, I understand that as someone coming with a different gospel, and we are not to bid them Godspeed. How can we reconcile these? Or maybe I'm not understanding Christ's response to his disciples after they said, we forbade him.
Well, let's start in 2 John. "If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed." If you bid him Godspeed, you're partaker of his evil deeds. And we're all familiar with people who go door to door, and we understand that they have another gospel. They do not view Jesus as God at all. And so if someone comes to our door, no, thank you, I'm not interested. And politely, we close the door. We wouldn't want to stand there conversing with them. One reason for that is that it could give an appearance of evil. Our neighbors might just see us speaking with someone who they know. They may not know the specifics or the reasons, but here is someone renowned with a certain religion, and we wouldn't want identification with them because we know they don't have the true gospel. And just conversing, no one can hear us. They can't hear us sharing the verses, pointing out that Jesus is God. No, they just see this communication, and we shouldn't do that. And additionally, they're coming as a missionary. They're not going to receive any correction. It's not the time or place for correction. Just no, thank you, not interested. So we understand that very well. Now in Luke 9, I'll start in verse 49. "And John answered and said, Master, we saw one casting out devils in thy name, and we forbade him, because he followeth not with us. And Jesus said unto him, Forbid him not, for he that is not against us is for us." Now this is very similar to what happened in the wilderness when there was one or two men who were prophesying in the camp. And some came to Moses and said a very similar thing. They prophesy in the camp, forbid them, or they were seeking to stop it because it wasn't authorized, apparently. It wasn't something coming from Moses or the authority that had been established in the camp. And Moses' response was, "Would God that all his servants were prophets," something similar like that. I can't remember the exact, where to find that, but that was the general idea. So I don't think that prophesying in the camp was contrary to the things that, Moses or the gospel that had been revealed to Moses and the people of that time. I just think it was something, again, unauthorized, or they didn't know exactly who these people were, or maybe they weren't princes in the congregation, men of renown, just your average guy. And here it could be a similar type thing. I think it is a similar type thing. We don't read that what they did was contrary to what Christ was teaching. They cast out devils in your name. Well, at that time, it was possible. God was bringing, or the Spirit was giving this kind of miracle working power to certain people of God. And when some were not the people of God, in the book of Acts, we read of, I think it was 7 sons of Sceva, a Jew, and they sought to cast out devils, and the devils turned on them. But the whole point I was trying to make is the devils actually say to these men, Paul we know, Jesus we know, but the implication, we don't know you. Who are you? And then they pounced on them. And so there's nothing here that indicates devils were not cast out. It's just that their point is, we saw one casting out devils and we forbade him because he doesn't follow us. So I think the Lord is just simply establishing the idea that you can have the true gospel over there and you can have the true gospel over here. And that's what would happen in the New Testament era. There would be elect believers all over the world, and they could bring the true gospel. And of course, especially now at the time of the end of the church age, there are God's people that are not part of the congregations. And so that, I think, is what's in view. So it's a different matter, in other words, than someone coming with another gospel who knocks on your door.
Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for more new open forum excerpts that will be added periodically.